Hey!
Hi! Happy Friday.
Yeah, well, happy Friday. Welcome back. FryMinis. I'm Eric.
I'm Julie.
And we got some cool stuff today.
Yeah.
Let us know. I'm always nervous about our audio levels. How do we sound? It should be okay. We always have to move this mic. This mic is great for a one-person setup, but this arm is not good for two people.
If you can't hear me, I'll just shout louder.
Happy Friday. Brian Daly, stick around, sir.
Thank you for saying we sound great. Good to know. Appreciate that.
Oh, over there. Okay. Hello.
Thank you, Roland.
Roland and Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
It's a dream team.
Sure is.
Okay. Let's see. You got to stop looking at that because that's throwing me off here. Okay. First thing we're going to do. Okay. We're here today to take a look at Terrain Crate Dungeon Depths by Mantic Games. I've got a link in the description. Miniature Market sent this over.
I almost said Terrain Crate to the eye.
I've purchased some of these smaller sets before. And Julie bought me one time. Stream Elements bot's running. Thank you, bot. If that spam comes, robot, please stop it.
Yes, please.
Do something next time.
Yes.
But first, this is very exciting. But first, we're going to announce our Spud Club Painting Challenge winners.
Yay!
For March.
March
Last month. You both sound like starlight glistening against a velvety night sky. Thank you,
Thanks,
Roland. At first, I thought we were going to get a Blade Runner reference there, but that's okay. It's even better. It's an original thought.
I like those too.
Yeah. All right. So, this is great. We're natural streamers.
I'm having a nice time.
I'm always having a nice time. This camera is so high that my eye line's always off because I have to look at stuff on the screen, and I feel bad about it.
I'll just keep staring deeply into your souls through the lens of your computer.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen because this is how we're going to do it. I've got the thing set up over there. So
the top 3 winners of the Spud Club Painting Challenge. From March.
Yeah, all
Let's
right.
look at these awesome entries. I'm super jazzed about them. The painting contest challenge is one of my very favorite things that we do at FryMinis.
We get the best. So if you want to learn more, FryMinis.com, click on Spud Club Painting Challenge, or go to FryMinis.com/SCPC, Spud Club Painting Challenge. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Left. Okay, cross your fingers. Am I doing it correctly?
Left shark.
Yes.
You did it.
All right. Number 3. This is by Dormouse.
Who is awesome.
Dormouse is awesome. Here, I forget the name of it, but luckily we got it right here. This is by Loot Studios, Chief Barmac.
Yeah.
An Ogrelon chieftain with a flail to smash his challengers. Very cool.
Yes. 3rd
place. That's a $5 prize that covers back the cost of being a patron. So boom, there you go. The metal looks like good metal. It looks like kind of like a cast iron is not the right word.
Okay.
But
it almost looks rough.
Yeah, the
in the
texture.
way that, like a hand pounded metal would look. I'm a metalsmith, so I know the terminology.
Yeah, we're both great.
No, I love this one. I think this is a real case where the basing adds so much to the mini itself. You get the kind of gross green depth and color from the skin, and then that kind of muddy, dusty gray green on the base adds a lot and just makes the green of the skin pop without competing with it, which I think is phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
I also love that you can't see this creature's eyes, and those kind of sprockety looking gear eyeballs just make it spooky, and without pupils it looks kind of hollow and robotic, which we don't see a lot of in D&D unless it's
like a fence, like chainmail.
Oh
eyes.
yeah. You're right, but from afar it looks like a circle with little sprockets.
Oh yeah.
So I get what it is, but that's the way that it looks. So it looks like an eyeless robot creature, and as I was saying, we don't see a lot of those unless it's like a MODOK, which is kind of has human features to it. So I love that. The detail on the horns, isn't that what they are?
Modoc, the guy, the floating head guy.
What's the other little gold box?
Modron. Modron. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Josh.
These aren't my fandoms. I'm trying to use the words. No, I appreciate you correcting it. I do, but like, of course, I don't know.
Modoc is even more hilarious.
I agree. I didn't care for that show.
We also just love big bellied green creatures.
Vanderhoptober. Vanderhoptober every month. No, I love this. The 2 different horns kind of curving out. It's a really cool mini, great sculpt. You can kind of feel the earth shaking around it and feel this person kind of going through the camp. I think the kind of props to the side add a lot. You feel like they're in a warrior camp. They didn't just get out of battle. Maybe they're heading out for the day after they've had their bowl of rice with a smiley face bacon.
So you don't think they're charging into somebody's camp? You think this is their camp?
That's the way that I feel about it, because their weapon isn't drawn that we can see from this angle at least.
Okay.
And they don't look like, I mean, this person probably doesn't do a lot of sprints, but they look like they're just kind of lumbering and marching through.
Yeah.
But I actually think that's a good thing for a mini, because you don't always want, mid-combat minis on the table.
Yeah. No, it's super cool.
Yeah.
A solid third place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The competition for all of these was a very tough one.
Yes.
Because this is really good. And we landed in third place.
Can you speak a little bit about what the judging criteria is?
Sure. So we don't have like hard metrics, right? But it's important for it to stick to the theme, to the idea of what we're talking about. So martial march, we're thinking like soldiers, fighters, like D&D stuff. We could expand out a little bit, and wink wink. But definitely not like a wizard, not like a angry dog or something, but something that's like looking to fight. That's our idea. And then painting quality, of course, effort, challenge, all that kind of plays a role, and then we build up a feel.
Yeah. And Eric and I don't always agree, and it's really helpful actually to talk this out, because it's all so subjective, right? Like, this is absolutely an amazing mini, but comparing across 3 entirely different minis to decide which one's best can be a real struggle. So that's why we're excited to have entries, multiple, like Dormouse has entered a couple times, and so is one of our other winners. So it's nice to be able to recognize them over and over again.
So Dormouse is a fantastic painter.
Yes.
The reason this ended up being third is it's very well done.
Yes.
But I do not feel that Dormouse reached as far with this one as they might normally.
That, and also I think when you see the other entries, you'll understand a little bit more. But phenomenal mini in a vacuum, no criticism.
Roland says maybe I'm drinking a bubbly. Maybe he's a fence maker, like he's displaying his new fencing to sell.
I love that. He's headed out for the day, or like coming back to somebody with a quote after he talked to his manager out in like the lot.
Yeah.
I love that. I love sweetness.
So as Julie mentioned about the like Dormouse has entered a bunch, I'm very excited because our next entry is a first time entrant. And this it hadn't really come up before about, like, we assumed that these would be mostly D&D type stuff, as we're a D&D type channel.
It's the only tabletop game we play. Yeah.
But we never explicitly said left one way or the other, and so it was great to see our second place entry. Let's see if I can do this right.
Can't do it right.
Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. Oh, come on.
We'll get there. I believe in you.
How do I go next?
I don't know.
It was working.
I don't use this kind.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
How's everyone's day?
We're native Mac users. I'm still getting used to PC. Okay, here's second place. Silver, brought to us by Jameson.
Woohoo!
So, this is a new one.
Yes.
Excuse me. But we've got it's a cool photo. What?
Love entertainment and tech issues going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, we've got like such like super duper detail everywhere. It's maybe the table's a little dirty in this photo.
All right. Don't call them out.
Going to. But look at all these tiny details everywhere. It's super crisp. It's super clean. I've never painted these. I know you have to assemble them. The dormouses you have to assemble too as a 3D printed thing.
Sure.
But super cool. And this is just like a breath of fresh air. We still, I mean, honestly, truthfully, I'd like to still be a primarily fantasy contest, but I have no problem accepting non-fantasy.
For sure. Fantasy ones are more my favorite to look at, but Jameson did such a great job with this. And, you know, again, comparing across categories is really tough, but thinking it through, this has a lot more colors, a lot smaller detail than Dormouse's entry had. She did a phenomenal job, and like I said, in a vacuum wouldn't change anything about what Dormouse had done. But in competition, more detail here.
The basing, like Dormouse's basing was great here, but
Yes.
we've got texture, we've got material.
The kind of leather-looking handle on whatever this staff thing is looks really good. It's got some good texture and tone to it.
So this is by Games Workshop, of course. This is for Warhammer 40k. This is Ignis, Master of the Forge, Blood Angels Chapter, Adeptus Astartes. I don't know.
I don't speak Warhammer.
I don't speak. And we have a form people fill out. Do you have any additional notes you'd like to share about your entry? Death to the heretic, the mutant, and the Xenos for the Emperor and Sanguinus. Does that mean stuff to people?
Yeah, don't speak the language, but again, great job on the mini. I think the green lights and kind of details throughout are really fantastic against the red without looking like a Christmas tree, which is always one of my concerns. Really good use of strong colors without looking like a rainbow threw up either. That's what I think. If you told me you had red metal in a combat situation, I would expect it to be that kind of dusty of a color. So it's bold and it pops, but it isn't vibrant. It looks a little bit sun damaged or worn. It looks great.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Excellent first entry.
Yes.
Hope to see more
Yes.
from Jameson here.
For sure.
All right. Now our first place winner has probably figured out that they're the first place winner. Our first place winner is somebody who has entered every single month, which is awesome. Yes. And let's see. Come on. I'm just opening it fresh. Check it out. This is brought to us by Brian Daly.
Congratulations, Brian. You did an amazing job.
This is the Human Paladin Jonas Kane by Reaper Minis. It's a heroic undead hunting paladin. Multiple new techniques on a figure. Lots of cool stuff. Good notes, Brian Daly.
Yeah.
Awesome. So those last two winners, each they won $5, so they earned their kind of monthly Patreon fee back. Which remember, they also get those PDFs every month. But Brian gets $25. He's gonna get to pick where he wants it to go, miniature market, Amazon, whatever. And so that's awesome. But look at this mini. Look at this lighting. This is great. The glow, the variety, the detail, and the photo itself. So you're not going to win the contest just with a paint or with a good photo with a nice backdrop. But I'll tell you, it helps. Yeah. I would say it is a factor, yes.
Brian does a really great job at contextualizing his minis and setting the background just adds to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry says they're Space Marines. Yep. Oh. Brian says outstanding group and thanks guys. Wow. Yeah. First place.
Congratulations.
And Dungeoneers Pack says those look pretty sweet. They do look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So I just think this is great. And the mini itself, I think is a really great mini. Yeah. This is what I mean when Reaper can make terrible minis, and I mean that in many different ways, but also so cool minis. Yeah. Like this is so fun. It's got like that base built into it, the pose, the drama of it. It's excellent.
We're suckers for dynamic capes for sure, and this is exactly that. And again, each individual painter did a fantastic job. This one came in first place because of the multiple lighting effects that are going on. You can see the green glowing from the bottom of the base. I just think that was such an outstanding job of creating that glowing light effect. It's reflected in the cape. I love the way that what is this thing that he's holding?
The holy symbol.
I love the holy symbol. And this is part of the mini, not the painting necessarily, but it's like kind of whipping in the wind almost along with the cape. The flame effect on the sword looks really good. The shadows and texture of the cape. We've got, or is it a cloak? Because it's got a hood. Doesn't matter. The thing on their back looks really fantastic. And we have additional photos. People can submit multiple. So just know that on the back, the cloak itself has some really great texture and variation in color too.
Yeah, we use multiple photos to judge to help give full context.
Yeah.
But we only publish the hero shot.
Yeah.
So great job to all three of those, but there's more with this. For Martial March, our awesome friends over at Miniature Market.
Thanks, Miniature Market.
Thanks, Miniature Market. Just like how they gave us a little bit of money for the giveaway, the drawing kind of thing that we did. Mm-hmm. They offered to throw in an extra $50 Miniature Market gift card to the winner of their choice for this month, for Martial March. So we sent over these three options, and they picked their favorite. We didn't give our rankings. Mm-mm. We just said blind.
These are our entries.
We shared the little write-ups that they did, and the photos. And Brian, you win that too.
Congratulations, Brian.
Yeah. They picked it. They echoed basically everything we just said. The pose of the mini itself, they really liked. But they thought the paint job was excellent. The color scheme was good. It felt serious and not cartoony. Cartoony's okay, but it all came together in this pose. And they've got like their main person that we interact with, but they showed it to a bunch of other people too, and it was like unanimous at Miniature Market.
They really loved your work, Brian. Great job.
Yeah, good job, Brian.
Yeah.
So Brian's gonna get paid.
Shakespeare got to get paid, son.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Very well deserved.
So we'll get these posted up on the website this weekend or soon at FryMinis.com. So cool. That was Martial March. If you want to enter for next month, for April, it's Deep Thunder is our theme.
Ooh, I hadn't even looked at it.
Yeah. So it's pretty flexible with what that means. We like these themes to be fairly vague. We like Banderhobtober, that one's pretty specific, right? Like you need to hit a Banderhob.
Give me Banderhobs or give me death.
but otherwise, like Martial March, you can do anything.
Yeah,
with that.
The category was pretty wide, and as we saw from our entries.
Yeah, Forest Folk February.
Yeah,
and so
Brian submitted furbolgs for that one.
Yeah,
I really loved that too. If there are things that I love in Dungeons and Dragons, it's Banderhobs. Anything that looks like a frog that is fat, especially, and furbolgs.
Yeah. So Deep Thunder.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Storm cleric, some sort of deity type person with a thunderbolt.
I don't know why, but Deep Thunder. Like, do you focus on the deep and go like underwater with it? Do you go? I get like a purple feeling from Deep Thunder.
Sure.
Do you go with like a purple theme?
That space cow that I love so much. The Taurus, the glittery Taurus.
Oh, from
the space cow.
Ravnica. No. Theros. From Theros.
That sounds right.
Yeah, from Theros. Brian says, I am shooketh in the best way.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so go wild. If you want to talk about it, join us over at discord.gg/FryMinis, and we're happy to spitball ideas for Deep Thunder. If you want to talk to us before you start to paint up your entry and get some feedback, what we'd think about it, just ballpark. Come on over.
Sure.
We'll talk.
I would also say, just one last thing on Deep Thunder. I was kind of thinking if you did a freehand clouds or lightning or something on the back of a cape or something like that, that could be a really cool way to do it. So yeah, it doesn't have to be literal by any means, but
absolutely.
Or if it's just Thor.
Just Thor.
Just Thor. God of Hamas.
All right. So congratulations to our Wallish Spud Club.
Yay, Dormouse Jameson and Brian Daly.
And double Brian Daly.
And double Brian Daly.
And thank you again to Miniature Market
Yes.
for the bonus gift card and just the whole participation. This has been awesome. We've really enjoyed working with you.
Very much so.
I look forward to continue. Okay, so today we've got Terrain Crate Dungeon Depths. So we're using our little webcam so we can both fit here, not the nice one. But check this out, 73 pieces of all sorts of different dungeon dressings. So these are all themed to, all these box sets are themed to different themes. Like there's like a battleground one. And then
settings.
Yes, different settings. There's I forget the name of it, but it's like a wizard one with like magic stuff. And this is literally to fill out your dungeon. This is dungeon dressing. People call it dungeon dressing. So we've got boxes and piles of treasure and little tables and stuff, so you can fill out your map and have fun with that. And one thing I really like is you can kind of see these different colors. So they use different color. I'm not sure if it's a plastic. They use different color material based on what the mini is. So things that are kind of wood based, they use a brown. For metal, like gold, they use this kind of goldish color. And then kind of wood or stone stuff, they use like a gray. That way it can help you kind of with a base coat, kind of if you're painting. But if you're not painting, you can put it out there and it'll be a lot closer instead of just everything being just like a flat light gray.
It's a nice way to do it. And I would also think if you needed something really quick, you could just do like a dry brush on any of these and call it done. You wouldn't have to, maybe you could do a wash and a dry brush and be done with it, and that would be really easy.
Yeah, that's a great point. And okay, so just to be clear, it says this set contains 73 pieces to furnish a dungeon or castle interior.
As we talked about, 73 is just a lot of pieces. And as we talked about, I'm not a huge like decor person. I don't usually need that on my table to have a nice time. But I do think these are really cool, and it makes me feel like I'm playing with a dollhouse.
We've used like gold pieces.
We have.
We've used some of these because we actually have some of these already. This is a bigger box. This one I think is like $60 or $70 if you buy it.
Okay.
But there are smaller subsets of it, like the here.
Brian says, "Thank you, Miniature Market."
They say you're welcome.
Indeed, they do.
Here, let's switch this over. Brio top. There we
Hooray!
go. Okay. So here's our mic. That's just gonna be there a little bit. This is a one person desk. This is not a 2-person desk.
I'm thankful to be here.
Things happen.
I was invited.
Yeah. So like this gold, like this is a subset that you can get all these gold pieces. It's like a treasure room or armor or something like that as a standalone set, and like I have that, and I think we actually got some of the. Remember, like this piece sticking out with those.
I don't, but that doesn't mean anything. I know we have several barrels. This tufted leather chair looks really fantastic. I love I guess that's an Iron Maiden. I don't super love that. But the sarcophagus I love. There's a mummy that comes out of it. There's a more traditional coffin-looking thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So... Oh, actually, we should just flip the dang thing over. So these are like those subsets that we were talking about. So I think these are the
like
mini...
Mummy's Tomb.
Yeah, like you could buy
Treasure
this
Hoard.
as a standalone piece. You can buy this as a standalone box.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. We have icebreakers. We're not sponsored.
But we could be.
We're also not sponsored by Mantic.
But we could be.
And we're not even technically sponsored by Miniature Market.
That's accurate. Yeah. They've provided things for giveaways.
All right. What can we do here? Can you hear us with it up here? Does that sound okay?
More importantly, do I sound okay?
Yes.
Eric says yes. Excuse me. A voice from the audience said yes.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, let's assume we sound all right. If we don't sound all right, let us know.
There you go.
So I obviously haven't opened this yet. So they're individually bagged. Okay.
Nice. Well,
I would not actually say nice to that.
there's 7 bags and only 4 sets in here, so it's not entirely individually bagged.
No, well, so because they're in bags, that's a problem that we had with the sound is fine for me still, thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
So this is a problem that we had with these when we bought them before.
Okay.
Is that they get so bent. And I believe, I'm not 100%, but I believe the other ones we had were in like plastic pieces.
Okay.
Like in a...
Yeah.
I'm not
We could pop them out.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the gold piece.
Let's.
This looks a little more green on camera than it actually is, but close enough.
Yeah, it's kind of a greenish gold in person. The colors aren't always quite right, but I had to have Eric adjust it because I'm wearing black today. And when I initially sat down, I had no facial features. I was like whiter than Wednesday Addams. It was absurd, even for me. So we had to adjust the colors to accommodate my outfit. Thanks for understanding.
So, hey, DB.
Hi, DB. Thanks for being here.
DB, somebody won second place.
They sure did.
In our painting contest.
And we're really proud of them and excited for them and
Yeah.
their 40K setup.
So the danger of having stuff just like floating in a bag, right? Is this is bent. Yes, we can fix that. The easiest way, I think, is the heat gun. Just blast it out, hold it in place for a second, and you're good. Otherwise, you can do the boiling water trick or hot water trick and go from there. But the mini itself, so we're hollow, right? But it's still got weight. It's a thick...
DB is so proud.
And you should have wiped the table off.
I wouldn't have said anything, just to be clear.
Yeah.
There are a lot of pets in that household, and they have a very clean house. But you know how it is with pets. The second you wipe something down, there's something else there. So it's fine. No judgments.
All right. So I'm going to go through these treasure ones here. So this is like a pile of armor and weapons. Like these, I mean, this is a good sculpt. Like this is pretty solid detail.
It is very detailed.
Let me just grab a...
Yeah, a couple different helmets.
Here's just a dude for scale.
So yeah.
Oh, if I can hold it straight. So, I mean, I think our scale is pretty on point here.
Yeah.
This mini I painted to look like my dad, actually.
Turned out great. It's a real Tim.
Like a little pedestal. Here's my husband's mini.
Yes.
A small pile of gold. A crown jewels on a pillow, which guess what?
Fits right on that pillar column display table.
This is a dish, I think.
Yeah.
Here.
Dish and a goblet of some kind, but it's got some nice kind of depth and dimension to it. It's not just sitting flat. Holy gold.
Yeah, a big pile of gold. So that's obviously a large square.
Yeah. That's something that your character, if small enough, could really dive into and swim like Scrooge McDuck, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I like that there's variety in there, right? Like we have this like scepter, there's a plate or bowl or whatever in there. Mm-hmm. It's not just a pile of gold.
Absolutely.
Same for over here.
Really interesting detailed sculpts.
Is this a...
I can't tell what that is.
Let's
Is
call
it
it
an
a
upside down
statue.
helm?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, pile of treasure. See, I've painted this one. I remember this, right?
Oh yeah, the sword and the stone.
We use this for something.
Even the coin pieces are different sizes, which is really nice. Eric has painted a pile of gold or two, not from this set that's just like a lump of gold, but that this one has so much depth built into it and different sizes and things like that. It looks really great.
Oh, there's Jameson.
Congratulations, Jameson.
Congrats, Jameson. Yeah, so I've painted it to be the sword from what's the module where you go in the mountain and there's a giant crab and you can get the swords. White Plume Mountain. So the Black razor. It's black razor.
Sandwich crumbs.
Sandwich crumbs.
I hope it was delicious. At least I'm sure it was.
Yeah, White Plume Dale Wardens. Hey, welcome. Yeah, so that's an example of that kind of painted up.
Yeah, looks
I
great.
tried to match the book art for Black Razor there. There was a tiny little bag.
Oh, nice.
Which is
Just
nice.
a golden pouch.
Yeah,
Pouch of gold.
So if you're a person who's really using like going hard on the terrain type stuff, you can like put this out and say, oh, the boss had a small amount of gold.
Sure.
The boss had a medium amount of gold. The boss had a large, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then right here is Madame Truffaut's wardrobe.
Yes. One of my characters for a homebrew game that we did, we took a boat to the island where the adventure was going to be happening, and my character, Madame Truffaut, was a wealthy old lady with a lot of clothes, and we were shipwrecked getting to where we needed to go, and so we created a D12 list of the trunks and crates that I had with what would be in them, like her collection of wigs, her makeup case, things like that. And whenever we made it to the shoreline, I could roll a D12 to see if I could find a crate, and then like a D4 to see if it was completely destroyed or undamaged somehow. So that was approximately a third of the luggage that she took. Think of like Mallory Archer every time she goes any place, and she's got more luggage than is humanly possible to use.
Yeah.
That's Madame Truffaut. I love high maintenance old ladies.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to be one.
Same.
So treasure pile bag. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
There's only that one piece that was really bent at all, but that was the only piece that could be bent. But that's an easy fix too.
Yeah.
This bag, I think, is excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to say that about the other bags, but this bag I think I love. That one's great.
The Dale Warden, this large pile is an economy destroying amount of gold. Yes, it is. Unless you're playing at our table, we frequently have a lot of gold, and it's the best.
Yeah, you just inflate everything. Oh, that mug of ale, 500 gold.
Yeah. Good luck to you. This one looks boring, so I don't want to do that one.
Okay.
Not boring, but
Whichever one you want to do.
I want to do this one.
So we're doing both of the gold colored pieces back to back.
Oh.
Yeah, we.
So got a little bit bent, but
But again, that's easy to fix.
yeah. So this one has a hanging bar, so it's more of a tapestry than it is a rug. You can see even the fabric detail on this. They didn't just use flat plastic, which is really nice. The fringe looks good. ASMR, I guess. So there's the flat plastic on the back, which is totally fine, but you can just for contrast, you can see that. Looks really good. The detail on this rug looks really nice.
Yeah, the trimming.
Mm-hmm. Fringe, which I had just said, but forgot already. Anyway. This looks like a magic haunted mirror. Oh, a portrait! Either way.
Yeah.
If you can paint a portrait that small, please enter this Bug Club painting challenge because I'd love to see it.
Maybe we'll do a furniture sub-contest.
Oh my gosh. Whatever you want it to be, very cool. And a good, this is warped, but and I guess it is kind of flexible, but it doesn't feel like it's going to snap in any way. This is really sturdy. I couldn't bend this if I tried. I mean, I guess if I really tried.
Or don't fix it and use it for the Burning Sun Spud Club Painting Challenge month as a flying carpet.
That's a great idea. I was thinking that this is too, this isn't like the right rectangle shape that's neat. It's too long and not wide enough to be like the magic carpet from Aladdin. This is perfect. And if you just pretend that this isn't here, or
maybe that's like a handle you put on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Just a couple more pieces in this. You know what? This could easily be a mirror or another portrait frame.
I like that they're flexible.
I like it too. And that the design is different. They didn't just copy and paste the same filigree to use over and over again, but they still look like they would go together.
Yeah. And so with stuff like this, like in real life, you're going to expect to see that on a wall.
Yeah.
But if maybe you're in like a warehouse,
sure,
and this is like propped up on the floor and the wall,
I agree.
so it's like in storage,
yeah,
and then this is like loot that you find.
I like that. Or if it's like a, Yes, loot that you find if it's part of the story that you have to kind of carry around with you for some reason. You could just strap this to your back.
Yeah, or that's your character starting trinket.
Family portrait that they lug around. All right, the last thing in this set is 2
Ooh.
chairs that are very throne-like.
Yeah, those are great.
These are great. I like, again, that they're different shapes. This one's got almost like, with the spires and everything, it's got a castle feel to it, which I really enjoy.
I'm trying to get it.
On the same level.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so maybe a little small.
And like 99% of minis are going to have bases on them, so you're not really going to be sitting on them anyway.
Yeah. You can't totally play Dollhouse with these, but
unless you 3D print.
Hey-o. Yeah, these are pretty. Again, not delicate legs, but like thin legs that actually hold up pretty well.
Do they stand up straight? The answer is yes. Impressively yes.
Very much so. So, yeah, this is kind of pretty frilly stuff that I don't think you need at your table, but it's nice to have. Take your pick.
I'll take this one. We're going to do them all, so.
Sure.
You want to just...
Yep.
All right, so we've got that brown, so this stuff is like boxes and barrels. So we have a brown wood type material. And so remember when it's the 73 pieces.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is a skull.
Oh. So it is.
Yeah. Like a skull. So there's another skull. Skulls are cool.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a skull.
Sure.
This is this is a rat.
Oh.
Like, or a mouse, whatever.
Probably a rat.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. Okay.
So 73 pieces include, like, that's 3 of them right
Sure.
there. Which, that's okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It looks like this is a pile of debris, like bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I agree, you don't need it, but the immersion is fun when your crazy DM sets it up. Yes.
Agreed.
Brian. So Brian has shared some really, really, really cool setups over on our Discord.
Yes.
Link in the description. And that's put me to shame for anything I've ever done.
Absolutely. Yeah. Certainly don't intend to criticize anybody who uses set dressing. I think that's amazing. I'm just trying to discourage someone from buying too much of it.
Don't worry. I'd love to play with set dressing.
Yeah.
Dungeon dressing, but not DM with it.
Fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
A box, a crate, Yeah. All right.
Sure.
And especially stuff like this, I like if you're playing like tactically, so you could like jump up on it.
Jump up or hide behind it,
or
and get full cover and invisibility.
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
Nothing.
3 rats.
A pile of rats.
Rat King.
Stop.
Some logs.
They're big, they're heavy, they're wood.
Yeah, so like stuff like this. This all just helps you like get, just like Brian said, it helps with the immersion.
Yeah.
You put this out by your campsite kind of thing. And as soon as you put something like this out on a map, your players will probably want to do something with it.
Yeah.
So if they're attacked by goblins, maybe they try to push this over to trip the goblins.
Sure.
Whereas if you were just Theater of the Minding or like a flat map, that might not come up.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I find value there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A big pile of chocolate.
Yep.
Just a bunch of boxes and crates.
This makes me think of one of the first things that you do in Fable 2. You're in a warehouse and you have to kill a bunch of bugs. And although we have rats instead of bugs, because bugs at D&D scale for minis would be too much, just piles and piles of crates makes me think of Fable, and I love it so much.
So this is more barrel and wood stuff. This is not like flexy.
I can't quite tell what's going on in your right hand.
In my right hand.
Like, what is this piece?
That's what I'm trying to figure that out as I talk. So we've got flat on this side, right? So that's what's making me think this is the bottom.
Okay.
So like a shelf?
I wonder if it's almost like a makeshift
barricade.
Like wall to hide behind.
Like a barricade. You're smart. This is absolutely a barricade.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool. Just a collection of little things that you're hiding behind.
Yeah.
Isn't there something that Jameson was able to...
Thanks, Dale Wardens.
Thank you. Wasn't there a module that Jameson ran a couple times that there's like a barricade with little gnomes and you have to figure out how to get through it, or maybe goblins?
Oh, you're thinking of the Black Road.
Yes, I am.
Where, spoiler for a 5, 6, 7-year-old Adventures League module.
Whoops-a-doodle.
Black Road. You're the whole 4-hour module is you're traveling on a road.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
What?
I thought it said Black Road. It says barricade. I'm just guessing based on the letters. I can't really see it that far.
Well, it's right there too.
Yeah, but then I gotta turn my head, and I'm not gonna do that.
Oh my god.
I meant to be viewed from this side.
Yeah, and you get to where there's like a small fort blocking the road, and it looks like, and this is a tier 1 module, so you're weak little babies, but it looks like there are like 8 hobgoblins up there, and you're like,
hobgoblins.
How are we gonna do this? Spoiler alert!
I didn't spoil it, mind you.
I'm spoiling it. It's a good module. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But they're fake. Like there's like 1 or 2 of them that are talking to you on the ground, but the rest are just like armor and helmets, buckets.
Like in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's just like a big tomato soup can for a head.
Yeah, so fake out for your players.
Yeah.
Just a big pile of barrels. Yeah, good for storing oranges.
Indeed.
Looks like we've got another barricade.
Mm-hmm. This one's got the lid to a treasure chest, but just the lid. I love that.
Yeah, you're really making do with what you got.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so just like absolutely, that's a good scale.
Yeah, you can totally squat behind that.
Yeah. And last one in that piece, more debris. Cool. Like a fallen cathedral or something.
Yeah, the column that's kind of sticking up in the center. I couldn't figure out what that was.
It's a Tootsie Roll. There's the bag.
I guess so.
All right. So this one I think is good. The sculpts are all fine.
Yeah.
The barricades are strong standouts for me.
Sure.
I would not want to pay a lot of money for this set though.
Sure.
And we're talking in miniature terms, right? Jameson ran that for me for practice when I was deciding if I wanted to play D&D. That's his go-to module.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, we all have our go-to module.
Yeah, he can. I'm pretty sure he does that without notes or anything. He can just off the top of his head, and it's really fun. And he's a great DM, so it all works out great. And we're so glad that you stuck around.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had messed up. You know what I mean? We'd be missing out on a lot.
Yeah, we would. So yeah, I think this is a good set.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like rate it, like rank it or anything.
Yeah.
But it would vary dramatically based on the price for these.
Sure. I think you'd get a lot more use out of this because you can always find barrels and debris than you can out of kind of this dungeon stuff. Especially
I agree. That's a good point.
To the Dale Warden's point, you're not gonna find this much gold in every place that you go.
No,
so,
that's a really great counterpoint. What?
All these barricades have me singing Les Mis.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Me neither. But
really?
I don't like musicals. I just don't. I know that makes me uncultured, but...
Well, you went to high school. I figured you...
Do you want to tell me something? They never did that one. The musicals were Brigadoon.
Brigadoon.
And the Apartment Movie. And...
All right.
Okay.
So this is like the wizard kind of... If you want to move them off the camera so that we can bring them in, yeah.
So, yes, this first thing is a bookcase kind of shelf. There are a lot of different potion bottles. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there are 2 little skulls back there.
I don't know how you're supposed to paint those.
Yeah, that would be really tough. An open book, and then, a lot of different kind of bottles. There's a crystal ball in there. This is a really sturdy piece. This feels like it's entirely solid plastic.
It probably is, yeah.
I just... Using minis so often, you get something kind of flimsy or flexible or a little bit light, like a sword, but this is significant.
It's called Sturdy Gertie.
Sturdy Gertie indeed.
My shirt looks like sparkling stars.
Oh, it does. Looks like the Hero Quest cabinet.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm not familiar. I've got pieces stuck together here, so give me a moment. Okay. Another teeny tiny one, just a little collection of bottles and potion things. Oh, there's a small satchel kind of thing there. I know it's really hard to see, but small collection of things. I will say, I mean, this obviously is all in the same set, but this isn't wood, you know? So your point about things being brown.
It was, it's not 100%, but
Sure.
I think it's generally lined.
Sure. Another nice chair. This is a different sculpt than the other two that we saw. This is the one that I saw in the box, though, and was really eyeing.
I would love to sit in that chair.
Yeah. Looks cozy. Nice wings. Good legs.
Dale Warden said, I think double what you had for the barricade, etc. is so like 2 bags of it is $25 on Miniature Market called Dungeon Debris.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, I think that's a fair price.
Yeah. So this is a little
not for 1 bag, but for 2.
Yeah. Not sure what this light spot is here, if it got chipped.
Oh, no, that's where
That's
it was
the
on
sprue?
the sprue and they cut
Okay.
it.
This is a little ink well and a quill and 2 books. So a nice small piece.
That's all the way in.
3 teeny tiny candles that are dripping wax very nicely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Great.
And like stuff like that is so cool, but oh my god, if
Yeah,
you're
it's
setting
super annoying. And if you have more than 3 people at your table, someone's going to sneeze and it's going to go everywhere. All right.
Ooh.
Treasure map looking thing with a knife.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. That's cool. I've never seen a mini like that.
And this is a magnifying glass up in the corner.
Or inkwell?
No, it's a magnifying glass.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I agree. I would never use these at a table. Candle holder thing on a tall base. Add some height.
Yeah, one thing I'd love to do that I won't do, but I'd love to do with like light-based minis is put like a piece of transparent paper, the clear, what do you call that?
Cellophane.
Cellophane? Like transparency paper, like for a projector.
Sure.
Yeah, but that way, and then like put the size of the light in like a circle
So
under
you know,
it.
yeah.
So you can see like where the bright light is, where the dim light is.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. These are the same, just to show that this one is bent. So as Eric said, a heat gun would actually probably be overkill for something this thin. You could probably just do some warm water at the kitchen sink and
Always
straighten
heat
it out.
gun. Always heat gun.
Eric is just trying to justify his heat gun purchase.
No.
I will say I used a heat gun for the first time when Eric sent some really cool dragons for me to paint with the nephews, which was a very fun activity. I did that when I visited them in February, ages 10 to 4, although today is someone's 5th birthday, and I'm really excited about it.
Happy birthday.
Anyway, and I got to use a heat gun to fix the wings on the dragons that were quite sizable, and it was a lot of fun. So, okay. Pet owl on their stand. There's Eric's owl noise. He's great at
His
it.
mic is like right in my line here.
Speaking of, I heard an
I'm
owl.
not justifying my heat gun purchase. It was like $20. If I used it one time to fix a $100 mini, it's worth it.
You're exactly right. But what I'm saying here is, I think if you were to show this up to a heat gun, it would just explode. It's so thin.
That's not. Things don't explode.
Well, I heard otherwise. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
This has to be like a mirror on the wall.
Totally. Look at the back,
Although
too.
not on the wall. Oh. I love that they decorated the back of this.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
It's like an elven mirror.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah.
Very detailed. Very cool.
Oh, it's like you can wash your hands in it.
Okay.
Or like you can peer into the future, like a scrying water table.
I thought it was like for baptisms. And I
Or
thought that was
baptism.
odd. But I don't know how everybody else plays.
$70. What the heck? I don't think it was $70.
Well, now I have questions.
It's yellow. It's like Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is the thing that I'm most excited about.
Astrolabe.
I'm so glad you knew the word because
I think.
I was just going to call it like a spinny planet navigational table.
No, it's not an astrolabe.
Okay.
It's I know the term.
I'm sure that he does, and he'll come back to it.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is supposed to be kind of warped the way that it is, but another thing that a quick trip to Heat Gun Town will fix.
Orrery. I didn't even Google it. It's an orrery. I remembered it.
Can you spell that?
Orrery.
The roll. So okay, whatever.
Orrery. If that's not what it is, that's what I was thinking.
Fair enough. I think this is a really beautiful piece,
but yeah, we would need to fix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and if you had like a recurring, we had a base in one of my favorite campaigns. In multiple campaigns, we've had like a home base that we've been able to decorate and things like that. So if this were some sort of magical predicting recurring character almost in your campaign, this would be really beautiful because I think it'll take some time to paint.
Yeah, like if it's aligned with like the moon or whatever, like every 30 in-game days, it can like reveal a treasure spot or something.
Yeah.
Space Mobile.
Okay, I love that.
I think it's like Rainbow Road.
Yeah. This is cool. So all in all, this set of kind of the wizards things, not bad. I know you can't see all of it, but we've had the table, started with the bookcase, the candelabra kind of thing. Well, no, but candle stands, and then the owl. Yeah, this is a cool set.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. You really did take the cool ones.
Oh, there are 2 left. Do you want to pick?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. Up next, we have a table.
For your friendly local tavern or game store.
So I do like tavern stuff.
Yeah, he does.
That way you could it's good because taverns are obviously a good for kind of like social spy type eavesdropping, trying to get stuff to happen situations, and that I think that kind of a situation is the time when a social interaction is best with minis. Because your placement of like pickpocketing, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I think that's one.
I agree.
Yeah. So I do like tables. I know it's silly.
This one's a little wiggly biggly, but
so is the next one.
Oh.
But even that, it stands up totally.
They both
fine.
do stand fine. Yeah. You just couldn't set a lot of stuff on it, which
This one's great.
is that a table or a bench?
This is the table.
Oh, okay.
So it's not 100% perfect. We have a little bit of warp, but it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But then we do have benches. So if we're at like the backyard party.
Yep.
We can sit there.
They got a bag set in there?
Cornhole.
I prefer to call it bags.
Cornhole. Let me know in the chat, bags or cornhole. Do you say it correctly or incorrectly? Braziers.
Uh-huh.
These ones are a little warped.
A little bit.
Again, easy fix.
Yep.
I like the coal texture. I think that's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these are really good. Yeah, I don't see a lot of elevated braziers.
I agree.
Usually because I think that'd be incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Cornhole, we win, and it's DB.
I know what people call it, but I also know what I thought was appropriate to say or not on this channel. So
Cornhole was what? Okay. Check out these chairs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like these, and their backs are curved on purpose.
I have a question. I know
flat front.
with spruce stuff, I know you can use your little nippers to get cut really close, and then do you sand that, or would you use something to fill it in?
Well, it would depend. So on how severe it is. If they happen to like cut in, like yeah, you could fill that in. But what I would do with this, I don't even think like there's a tiny. You can kind of see it's a tiny stick out.
Sure.
I would sand that part down.
Okay.
But then just a little one primer coat or one paint coat, and that'll hide itself.
I haven't seen.
But
these look so much more severe because the color is so different. So.
Yeah. Truthfully, I would just throw these out there. They're just a table. If I saw something or a chair, if I saw something like that on a character mini or even a monster mini, I would worry about that. But all of these,
Yeah,
I would just throw out. Like you said, a little dry brush maybe.
Sure.
But I would just put those on the table. And that's why I like that they're brown.
That makes good sense. Yeah, I wouldn't probably bother to paint these, especially because, to your point, at a tavern, they might get kind of banged up a lot with players maybe throwing them over and things like that, so you don't want to put a lot of time and effort into it, I think.
Maybe a metal stripe here.
Oh, that could be nice. Yeah.
Just so it's a little accent, but
Sure.
stuff like that I don't worry about. These little stools,
Like
again, just throw them on the table.
feel your damage that was taken while thrown bar fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're totally right.
We have food, little tray, little dishes. Yeah,
Plates and silverware.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Surprised there's only one of those. I would expect like a bunch of those.
Sure.
Here, one sec.
Yeah, I can't tell what that is. A collection of debris?
I don't know. We have two. Oh, is it fire for the brazier?
Yes.
Oh my God! Really?
It almost looks more like hair, like anime hair.
Do you have the box?
So it's these teeny,
Oh, that's what it is. It's fire.
tiny little flame piles. So there are two of them.
Yeah, those go right on the brazier.
Huh.
That's wild.
Yeah, they would work just fine as a standalone. And I guess if part of your adventure was the flames falling or the braziers being knocked over because they are so wiggle wobble, and then the fire spreads.
Yeah, I would put
don't
these.
know.
I would put these on a proper base.
That's a good idea.
Because they're just so light.
Yeah.
That,
Huh.
Yeah, and if we had like a bunch of these, and you were
Mm-hmm.
doing like a hallway with like a stealth quest to easily track which one's lit, which one's not.
Mm-hmm.
And our last one in the set, a bunch of flagons.
Love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm glad that those are in a collection because a one-off flagon would be a nightmare.
I forget what they're from, but we have some.
I know that we do, and I'm glad that as small as this set gets, like a single rat or a single skull,
Yeah.
okay, but a collection of cups or plates instead of a single fork.
Yeah, I have. Well, I guess if this combo set's only one of each, okay. But I was surprised that we only have one,
That's true.
like, plate.
Yeah. I want to do this one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is like a death torture chamber. So why did I want to do this one? I don't know. A rack.
Up. Vertically. Up. There you go.
This I thought was part of the mummy set, like a draining table, based on the picture on the box, but nope, I'm pretty sure that this is just a rack.
Like you tie people.
Yeah.
That kind of a rack.
Yep.
Not a rack to put your clothes on.
Correct. So that's the thing.
This is the lever. You pull this lever and it goes and it pulls you apart. I don't know. You didn't explain what that does.
I think if you know, you know. And if you don't, you're fine with it.
Okay.
Here's another table that reminds me of the sacrificial table that they put Evie on in The Mummy. Spoiler alert from a movie from 1999. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. It's when Imhotep's trying to revive Anaxuna Moon.
An extended ladder.
That's nice. An extendable ladder. That's exactly right. An extension ladder. Okay. Trying to find the pieces that fit together here. This is the sarcophagus.
Anaxuna Moon.
Anaxuna Moon. I will say this doesn't fit together, and I think this is the right.
Yeah. Well, you didn't put the piece inside.
Well, that would make less sense.
Jameson. Tom Cruise mummy.
Ugh. I haven't actually seen that one. No, this one goes here. The mummy would go in the tomb. So the sarcophagus is cool. Nice carvings on it. Got some actual hieroglyphs, or at least hieroglyphic looking things carved into it.
Definitely authentic.
Well, you know, it's detailed. It doesn't fit together in any way, shape, or form. So just for what that's worth, it doesn't snap together at all.
And that's the right one?
Yep. And I think that's because it's meant to have this mummy reaching out of it. I saw in the art on the box that
Oh, so you put
this
that
is
on.
like slid open in the mummy's standing inside of it. So you have to pose it in a very specific way for it to make sense. But, you know, it's cool.
I did see the Tom Cruise Mummy movie
Okay.
on TV, on HBO or whatever it was. I didn't hate it.
All right.
I wish they had done the universe they were going to do with that. I thought that could have been fun. Not an all-star list, but entertaining.
Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Yeah,
That was
no contest. No contest.
So for me, I don't want to watch anything else. Okay, so I'm not sure about this. This looks like an Iron Maiden, but it only has a front to it. So I don't know if this back for the sarcophagus is meant to be multi-purpose, or if this isn't meant to be a backless Iron Maiden, which sounds really dramatic, like a backless ball gown, but isn't.
Well, maybe they just like throw you off the cliff
Oh, could be.
with this. So
Could be.
yeah, Dale Warden. She said Iron Maiden like 500 times.
I did. It's one of the only things in here that I recognize. I just don't know why it's here. And isn't the whole like an Iron Maiden is a myth? They started showing up in like horror museums in Britain or something.
Luckily, D&D is not based on real life.
Well, no, I know. But like, you know. Anywho. Okay. Coffin. This one does have a lip in the lid so that it fits together a little bit, although like some other pieces, this is quite warped. It's got a skeleton in it. A very skeleton-y skeleton that has fused to the back and it's flat.
Gross.
Yeah. It's
goo.
but inside, it's even got the wooden planks, which I think is really nice. As you saw, the back of the sarcophagus / Iron Maiden didn't have any detail to it whatsoever. It's just a flat piece. So that's cool.
I've never been to medieval times, DB. I know, it's shocking.
I haven't been in a long time, but between Eric's hay allergies and his horse allergies and his dust allergies,
And
I
your
feel like,
hatred of horses.
and my hatred of horses, I feel like he would have a really bad time. But we can go.
I would have loved to have gone like as a kid,
Sure.
like when my allergies,
Yeah.
when I wouldn't have been concerned about dying.
Sure. Yeah.
Because, oh yeah, my parents will save me.
Yep. Yep.
But there's not a medieval times in Sturgis, Michigan.
Indeed, there isn't, tragically. Well, nowadays you could wear a mask, and that would be just fine, which would be quite nice. Although you do have to eat when you're there, because otherwise, kind of what's the point?
Yeah. Turkey legs, right?
I think so. I went once.
Pheasants?
I will say, I think, Jameson, I'd love to talk to you more about this maybe over on Discord, because I worry that I would go to medieval times, and Eric and I would be like, okay, well, we're childless adults at medieval times, having a great time, but Eric is just going to complain the whole time that, like, that's not how knights really fight.
Oh my God.
One time, I've already talked about the Doritos commercial at length when he told me that the Doritos samurai armor was improperly made because swords would get stuck in the way that the Doritos were pointed.
Cornish game hens.
Oh! Okay, good to know.
Roasted dragon. What's the roasted dragon egg?
Is it a Scotch egg?
Ooh, I do love Scotch eggs.
He does. This is a table of implements for embalming.
It's a dusty,
torture?
horsey experience.
Yeah.
And period correct Pepsi. You get insanely drunk and yell louder than the kids to cheer for your night.
Oh, well.
Can we change it to yell at the kids?
I'm not going to yell at children.
Oh.
Eric would.
Oh, an herbed baked potato.
Oh.
Last time we went for a family event, Jameson and I laughed so hard we cried. So 10 out of 10.
Okay. Y'all are the people to go with then, obviously.
What do you laugh at?
I mean, it's a little theater show, so I bet it's pretty.
Oh, okay.
Might be, depending on whether the A team or the B team is performing that night.
Sure.
So we've got a cage. Every night looks like Jesus under their helmet. Oh, well, that adds a different element. Are they open on Easter Sunday? That could be kind of fun.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so a cage with a lock on each side, quite convenient.
But the bottom.
But the bottom is just torture pegs.
So you're in there, and you can stand on the sides. But if you ever get tired and you fall,
You can't sit down.
Yeah.
Got it. This makes me think about Hocus Pocus. So there you have my reference for torture devices. The Mummy, the film, and Hocus Pocus. So that's as scared as I like to be.
So with our games, we wouldn't use torture type stuff. That's just
No.
not the kind of vibe we're going for.
I don't
Now, like the mummy, the skeleton, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, crypts and crates, and we all love a good grave robber, but...
And look, guess what this is? Thieves' tools.
There you go. That's way better than embalming tools.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, sure.
Yeah, I don't like body horror or gore or torture.
And if you want to use this stuff, like, okay, cool.
Yeah, great, have fun. It's just not the table for me.
Just make sure everybody at the table does.
Yeah, great point.
Some guy dramatically came out to loud music, cracked his whip exactly one time, then wandered off backstage. It was so awkward, I couldn't stop laughing.
Okay, that sounds beautiful.
Oh, this is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, it is my turn.
It is your turn, but that's fine.
Oh, here, you do it.
All right. This is puzzles? Puzzles and traps, I think is what this set is. So we've got a rope ladder.
Yeah.
I think it's rope. Yeah, this looks like rope along the sides. Or maybe it's just reinforced.
A bridge?
Oh! Could be a bridge. Could be anything you want it to be, because in this game, your imagination leads the way.
It's a ladder.
Okay. Ladder. I was hoping... Yeah, it looks like rope along the sides, and I say that because then you could have it rolled up, and this could be something that your character carries. It's a little bit harder, as we know, to just carry a ladder on your back, so... Oh.
Ladder.
There it is. Okay. A lever, which will come up for some things that we'll see in a moment, but just a lever to have kind of off to the side for your party to arm or disarm the traps. A rope tied to a rock.
I'm not sure what that is. Is it to hold up the ladder?
Could be. A Jacob's ladder, $5 each. Try to climb with a plastic sword.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's like a fuse. It seems to have a stony texture on the top. Maybe just a rope tied to something sturdy so that your party can climb out of a hole. I don't know. Everyone loves a mysterious lever. Indeed.
It looks like a block you'd put in front of the wheel of an airplane.
A chuck.
A chuck. Yeah, great. Yeah.
I know that from camping. Just so you know, I don't know anything about airplanes. Okay. Trapdoor. Pretty cool. Flat on the back, but nice detail. Stone around the edges. Really great hinges. Definitely a trapdoor.
Yeah, so something like this. This is when, after your party's found the trap. So you're snooping around. You're like, dude, I'm looking. I'm checking square by square, making my rolls, see what I can find. Oh, you find one right there. Mm-hmm. And that way you can like try to go around it or whatever. You don't want to put this on the table first.
Of course. Unless you cover it with a fancy warped rug.
The original big red button was the lone lever. Like if there's a button, somebody's going to push it.
Oh, yeah.
Chekhov's gun stuff.
Okay. And then I think these are just meant to be like switch plates. So there are 3 of them that maybe you step on a square and only when your first party member goes through and gets spiked through the floor.
Yeah, I think it's so you can just like tell which kind of trap is which. This is like a slashing trap.
Sure.
So
this
when you've
one will
got
cut
them
your
out,
feet off.
yeah.
This one's releases poison.
Yeah.
So these are cool. Oh, I didn't think of that as the same, but you're right.
Yeah.
And then a bear trap.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty cool tiles that if you had your party going through a dark dungeon.
Quick shout out.
Yeah, I know.
Sparkles.
What you gonna do when you're married 10 years and love 2 rings? Okay. So yeah, I think these are cool. Yes, if you have your party going through a dark hallway and you send the spiky or the spindly little rogue down first so that they can check for traps, but they miss them and they get spiked first, and then it's all very sad.
Yeah, now they know where that spike trap is. Yeah.
Yeah. These are cool.
Yeah, I think they're cool. It's one of those things that how often does the party find a trap and not immediately disarm it?
Sure.
So I totally get making the minis for these. Like that's what are they gonna do? Of course they're gonna make these.
Yeah.
But in real life play, if you find a trap, 99% of the time you're gonna immediately disarm it.
That's true. I think first of all, this has a giant tooth, I believe, and then a bone off to the side. So that's interesting. Secondly, I I understand how this works, but I've never seen this kind of trap. I've seen like spiky floor traps and ones that release fire or poison, but never something like that. So
you saw a lot of those in like Skyrim and like the Dwarven or Elder Scrolls Online, the blades.
That's true. Okay, that's what it was. I do think, yeah, as you said, in this set with the ladder, the floor traps, the rope, and the creepy lone lever, I think this is the best one, especially if you're in a time-sensitive situation where some of your party has gotten through the trapdoor in the floor and the rest of your party hasn't, or you're going kind of back and forth in between a room, and this is in the center of the room and everybody needs to get through.
So when your distance to it actually matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're going to throw something down it, like fire in the hole, yeah.
Yep. So WizKids has a set that's similar to that with traps and things. And that's the last one, right?
Yep.
Camera back. That's the one I think is probably the least valuable. It's
Sure.
It's one of the coolest.
Yeah.
But it's probably also the last one I would buy.
That makes sense.
Because that's not really how we do traps.
Yeah. We do a lot of riddles.
Well, Jameson.
Eric isn't good at riddles. So
I'm not clever.
But he's sweet.
My riddles are: what is on a clock?
A face. And
Sure.
2 hands.
You win. I often would do a riddle and not have an answer. And just if you come up with something that sounds good, let's go with it. Spoiler alert.
You want to play with Eric. He's really great.
I think y'all do great at them. Thanks.
Thank you. They're fun. But yeah, we don't do a lot of traps. We wouldn't use the embalming chamber or torture chamber. So I think these are really cool. All of them had a great level of detail, interesting sculpts, cool stuff for set dressing, dungeon dressing. Yeah.
$70.
Because I don't use this, I wouldn't pay that.
Yeah. If you can get this on discount, so really we're not sponsored by Miniature Market.
But gosh, they're great supporters of the channel.
Yeah. And they do discounts all the time.
Yeah.
They do clearance stuff all the time. When you buy stuff from there, you get points that you can reimburse yourself with. If you got this on discount for like 20% off, I'd be a lot more interested.
Sure.
And a lot of times they'll do clearance on things of literally 80% off.
Yeah.
And 80% off of that in a heartbeat.
Sure.
I'd buy another box at 80% off. Because what is that? How much is it? You're smart.
Math.
What's 80% off $70?
Okay, 7 times 2 is $14.
$14. I think anybody in the D&D space would say that's worth $14 at least.
The cost of this was $70, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did that right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at $70, it's going to depend on who you are, how you play.
Sure.
At $40-$50, I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
If you get it on a stupid sale, of course it's worth it. I really like. I like that the colors are generally aligned to what they are, so you can just throw them down. You don't have to paint them. You can paint them, but just putting those down there, you're gonna have a ballpark idea of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
These weren't as bent as I expected them to be. I really was expecting more warping and just kind of stuff for just being in a bag in a box with no padding or anything. So I was really impressed with that. I think the sculpts themselves were all good sculpts.
Agree.
Very, very detailed.
Yep.
I know this isn't a good rating system, but I would go thumbs up. Ultimately, thumbs up.
I would go ultimately thumbs up, especially if this is something that you're interested in. And I really think that because, yes, they're not all colored exactly the way that they should be, but because they're close and you don't have to put paint on them until you put them on the table, they're worth a lot more. If these were all gray and $70, I'd probably say not worth it. So I think that is a major selling point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with what you said.
Cool. Okay. Well, so that's Dungeon Depths Terrain Crate by Mantic Games. Mantic also had.
I'm just,
Yeah.
you know.
Mantic also, they have their own like game systems, and they even make monster minis and things. I've never had a monster mini from Mantic. I think they're usually all on like square bases, and I'm a circle base guy. But yeah, and if you can pick these up in lots of places. Obviously, we're fans of Miniature Market, but I think most of our local game stores have them in stock too.
I've seen these around for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, see, it's the water with the wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a water table, but not the kind that children play on.
So what do you
think? It could be.
Do y'all like these? Train crate?
Yeah, and interestingly, they've got the mummy coming out of a...
Oh, yeah.
So I guess the sarcophagus is really just meant to be a front. I had it backwards. So the mummy's coming out of an Iron Maiden front, and then the sarcophagus is in the back. It's fine. It doesn't all have to make sense. It's a fantasy game. It's all silly. But obviously, that's part of my confusion with this set.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Shout out, congratulations again to our Spud Club Painting Challenge winners for March.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing everybody's entries for April.
Yes.
Deep Thunder. I'm really hoping that's going to be like a good variety.
Yeah.
Martial March, that one we're a little more narrow. Deep Thunder, I don't even know everything.
If you submit an anglerfish, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah. I think anglerfish are hideous. And if you can find an anglerfish mini, cool.
Yeah. So, FryMinis.com, everything's over there. Come hang out at discord.gg/FryMinis. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Cool. We'll have some more streams out soon, and we'll get the winners up on the website soon as well.
Can't wait.
Thanks again to Miniature Market, and thanks to all of you for watching and hanging out and chatting.
Thanks for hanging out.
We love doing this. It's so much fun.
We really do. Have a good weekend.
Bye, everybody. Bye.